In the previous video, we measured our breathing rate per minute, and we also looked at why it's so important for the health of our cells and our body to learn to breathe slower. Now we're looking at why are we breathing so fast. First, let's look at this graph, which shows a number of studies that's been taken over the years, which shows a very steady increase in our respiration rate. The question needs to be asked, why is this happening? And it has a lot to do with our lifestyle. If you had a look at any statistical data with relation to stress, you're going to see a very similar upward curve over the years. It seems these days we are overstressed and overstimulated, and this is having a really large impact on our health. To understand this more, we need to look at our nervous system. Our nervous system is broken into two different parts, our sympathetic nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is to do with our stress response, and as a result, it has a very large impact on our body, affecting our organs, our muscles, our breathing, everything. So when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, muscular tension is increased, heart rate is increased, blood pressure is increased, and our breathing rate is increased. So if your breathing rate is at a very high level, it's an indication that there could be, or possibly is, an overactivation of your sympathetic nervous system. So this means that your body and your mind is in a constant state of levels of stress or overstimulation. But this is not all bad. Stress is something that's very necessary, helps us to be productive and get things done, achieve our goals, and it's part of life. But the key here is balance. And from a scientific viewpoint, it is this activation of the parasympathetic nervous system that's going to bring about this balance. Now, how do we activate this part of our nervous system? Before we get into that, let's talk about Dr. Herbert Benson. He is the founder and head professor at the Mind-Body Institute at Harvard University. And he talks about the relaxation response. Now, this is the response when your parasympathetic nervous system is activated, and it does the exact opposite of the sympathetic nervous system. So your blood pressure decreases, your heart rate decreases, muscular tension decreases, and your breathing rate decreases. Now, how do we do this? The number one way and the only conscious way that we can activate this system is through learning how to breathe slow and deep. And this is why any relaxation method or meditation technique or physical practice such as yoga, qigong, tai chi, all have a foundation for breathing, because it's this relaxation response that brings our body and our mind into this state of peace, health, and harmony. So join us in the next video when we start to learn how to breathe correctly. We're going to look at the anatomy of the diaphragm and the lungs and start to give you some practical exercises that you can use at home. I look forward to seeing you next time.